What's up, everyone? Blainer Things, and I'm here to review a few of my Blainer Things. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Black Widow wave. While the wave does include some comic characters, I want to focus just on the Black Widow movie figures today. The wave as a whole looks fantastic. It's got everything we've come to love from Hasbro. Digital face application, great molds, articulation, wonderful accessories. I am a stickler for detail, so when I get into each individual character, I did notice that some of the looks of these figures don't quite match up to the looks we've seen in stills and trailers for the Black Widow movie. Now, not having seen the movie, some of these questions could be answered, but I just want to make sure to go over them anyway. The figures, however, look fantastic, and I can't wait to dive into each one. Okay, so first up we have Yelena Bulova. In the comics, she is the second Black Widow. In the movie, she appears to be the sister of Natasha, whether adopted or real, I'm not sure. The figure's pretty great. This is look that basically the only look we've seen of her in the movie in a costume. The vest appears to be the same vest that Black Widow has in Infinity War, and then she's got her white uniform. She comes with two pistols. Unfortunately, she only has one pistol holster. The other side are a collection of knives that do not remove. She also comes with two trigger hands and two closed-fisted hands that are interchangeable, of course. Articulation is great. The only difference in this figure from the rest of the wave and the rest of Marvel Legends is she is the only one to actually have a double ball joint neck. I'm not sure what the decision for that was. It doesn't really help with the range of the movement of the head or neck. I actually think that the other figures have a little better range, and she didn't really have any hair to block, so I'm not sure what the choice was for that, but still looks great. Doesn't really affect the figure at all. And one thing I'd love to point out is the single joint elbows actually have amazing range, and you actually get a better angle with the single jointed elbow than you do with the Red Guardian's double jointed. So that's really great. So single jointed elbows, but double jointed knees, as with every Marvel Legend. I'm not going to go too much into articulation as they don't really vary. Next, we have Natasha herself, the Black Widow. Again, this figure is really great. The articulation is the same as Yelena. Single jointed elbow, but really wonderful range. It does have the standard Marvel Legends ball joint with hinge. Easily pops off. She has two gun holsters with removable guns, which is wonderful. I believe this is the first time they've done that. So it's really nice to have that update. And then for the first time, her batons actually come in and out of her holster on her back, which I absolutely love. My biggest discrepancy with this figure, there's a little bit of detail that's lacking in her armor from what I've seen in stills, but the thing that I question a lot is her hair. She's depicted as having this kind of asymmetrical, not touching the shoulder short bob. I'm not sure if it was for range playability or to have the batons go in and out of the holster, but in every single still and trailer that I've seen, she's depicted with much longer hair and some braids. Again, I understand that a lot of time Hasbro is just given concept art to go off of, but looking into a lot of the stills from filming, it seems that she's had her long hair since the beginning of filming, and I've not seen any stills or scenes from the trailer where she's depicted with this shorter hair. So that's kind of disappointing that we don't have a true authentic look for Natasha herself. But overall, the costume looks great, and you wouldn't really notice unless you were diving into those details. She does come with her two trigger hands and two closed-fisted hands. It's really probably, I think, all you need for her. I would have liked to have just the regular baton holding hands. I know that's a little nitpicky, but you'll see in the Natasha Deluxe set that she actually comes with some kind of regular baton or hook holding hands. But like I said, wonderful figure, probably my favorite in the bunch. All right, now we have the Red Guardian. Again, at first glance, this figure looks great. There actually is a lot of detail in the uniform that if you are a customizer or you're comfortable with paints, I'm probably just gonna do a little bit of a black wash just to make all of that detail pop because it really is great. The shield looks wonderful, and I really like this kind of snap-on version of the shields that they have. You can choose to have them hold it with this little peg, or it snaps right onto the forearm, that little holster. I really like that idea over what they were doing before with the Captain America. It was just really hard to get his arms in and out of those bands. Articulation is exactly what you'd expect. It's got a really great ab crunch, double jointed elbows, which, as I said earlier, I think you actually got better range with the single jointed in the females, something that Hasbro's doing wonderfully with both their Marvel Legends and their Star Wars Black Series. My only two issues with this figure, one of them is, again, I've not seen the movie. Maybe there'll be a flashback and that's what this figure is based off of, but he looks entirely too young. Not only just with not having any gray in his hair or beard, but also the haircut and length of the beard is completely different than what we've seen in the movie. So I'm not sure if this is a flashback to his younger days, but in the movie he has a much longer beard, scraggly hair, a lot of grays, more of, I guess, a bit of a has-been hero. But all in all, this figure really does look great. Onto the movie version of Taskmaster, which hopefully everyone feels the same and is as excited as I am to see a movie rendition of him. I think this figure is really cool. Again, articulation, exactly what we've come to expect. Just like Red Guardian, the shield has a wonderful little snap-on feature, which I absolutely love. It comes with some great accessories. It has a bow with a detached arrow, which I think is a wonderful update for Marvel Legends. He comes with his sword, trigger hands, fist hands, which I have on the figure, and then two claw hands, which I believe Hasbro's sneaky little devils, and these are just Killmonger hands repainted. But hey, save that money where you can. So all in all, I think this figure is wonderful. He looks badass. He looks cool. He is a villain that I'm really looking forward to. My only issues with the figure, is the detail in the armor is not movie accurate. Again, I'm not sure if this was just from some concept art, but the concept art that I looked into for Taskmaster had the armor he has in the movie, and it's just the shapes of some of the details really is the only thing. He doesn't have any detail in his visor. I'm not sure how much detail he's going to have in his visor in the movie, but the play mask that Hasbro released has kind of some targeting looking things, a little bit of Iron Man looking technology in there, which I would have loved to see, but hey, I can do that in post if I'm shooting the figure. I think the only thing I'm a little disappointed in is that we don't get an alternate head or a removable hood. The hood is stuck to his head, and in the movie when he is depicted shooting, or in the trailer, I'm sorry, when he's depicted firing his bow and arrow, he's got his hood down. So that would have been a nice little addition. But all in all, I think with the amount of accessories that we get and the detail in this figure, for the price we're paying, I can't complain. I think it looks really great. Last but certainly not least, we have the Black Widow Deluxe Natasha. She comes in her white uniform and a boatload of accessories. When they say deluxe, they really mean it. For the first time, we get an action figure stand. This is a display stand, moves up and down, moves side to side. It comes with a plethora of different explosions, which are going to look really awesome when you put a little LED light under them. They do, either with a ball joint or regular peg, stick into various parts of the display stand, so you really get a lot of different looks with that. that alone is enough to be deluxe, but then she also comes with incredible accessories. She's got two of these little grappling hooks that we've seen in the trailer. She's got attachable electricity for her stingers. She's got her closed fist. She has trigger hands and also open fisted hands to hold on to those grappling hooks. And also, same as the regular release, she has two removable pistols in her gun holster. I believe that the figure itself, the top part is a completely new mold, and I believe the legs are the same as the standard release, just painted white, which I am more than okay with. Her belt is completely different, so it is unique to this sculpt. Her chest plate is completely different, and I believe her arms are as well. I forgot to mention this in the regular release, but her stingers are the wrong shape. That's really the only kind of discrepancy I saw with this one. And then, of course, the hair mold is exactly the same as the regular release. She does have a different face mold, which I'm not sure is the Infinity War smirk. I'll have to do a little comparison afterward, but the hair mold is the same, which is inaccurate to the movie, and I am disappointed about that, but what can you do? The figure looks great. I love the accessories it comes with, and I can't wait to, pose her in all the various different positions and action poses. So I'm just going to go through and show off a few of the accessories and how they can be posed with each individual figure. Love this deluxe set. The display stand is a little weak. It's hard to hold her really in flying positions, but this is their first display stand, and for everything you get for the price, I'm still incredibly happy with it. Taskmaster, wonderful. These are his claw hands. He can't really hold his bow, or I'm sorry, his arrow in his fingers, but looks good to pose. Love the accessories it comes with. Love the Red Guardian. Unfortunately, his arm did break when I was trying to pose him. There you see. Have to get a new one. Love the Yelena. And something I actually noticed with the two Black Widow releases is that the Melina character, played by Rachel Weisz, wears the same two costumes that Black Widow does. So hopefully down the road we'll get an exclusive with her head mold. But all in all, I'm really excited to shoot these figures and to show them off on my Instagram page. So thanks a lot for checking out my Blainer Things.